Hello, y'all. Welcome to our Drive webinar series. I am Justin Okeson, the Drive director and head coach, and this is our webinar series with the first webinar being clean eating. So first of all, why nutritional webinar series? Quite simply, nutrition is 80% of how we look and feel. This isn't a hard fact, but all health and fitness experts out there will tell you that if you're not eating right, you will not accomplish the goals that you set for yourself. And nutrition is arguably the biggest thing you can do for yourself. So what are we doing when we're eating? We're A, preparing, B, repairing, and all to equal C, building lean body mass. When we prepare, when we fuel our bodies, we are getting ready to tackle bigger workouts. Bigger workouts equals bigger results. When we eat to recover, eat to repair, that's when we're actually getting stronger. You don't get stronger at the gym, you get stronger after the gym when your body's recovering. And what is our goal in this whole thing? It's to build lean body mass. The athletes that we have at Drive, and the purpose of Drive is to increase our strength and power to weight ratio. This isn't a program that just builds mass to make really big guys or girls. This is a program to build young men with a high strength and power to weight ratio. So what that means is we want them to be lean. How are you going to use this webinars? First, parents and athletes, you both need to watch these webinars. Parents, you are these athletes' support system. Without them, or without you, they have absolutely nothing. So I need you to be educated as to how to support them. Athletes, you need to watch this because it's your responsibility, right? You've got goals for yourself. You need to achieve them. So watch these. Second, I want you to ask me questions. You can come to the box, ask me questions. You can call me or you can email me. I understand our lives get busy. You can't just stop in on a whim whenever you have a question. So give me a phone call. That's what I have a phone for. Leave a message. I coach a lot. I'm often out doing something. Just leave a message, and I promise you I will call you back by the end of the day. Unless by the time I get to it, it seems late at night, and I don't want to call you to be rude, at which point I'll call you in the morning. And then you can also email me. Email isn't always best, but it does work. The reason I say it's not always best is because sometimes I have a really long-winded answer, and I really prefer to talk either face-to-face or over the phone. That way we can bounce ideas, questions, and answers off of each other. And third, you're going to implement one new habit every week. This webinar series is tenfold, or there's 10 episodes long. I only want you to implement one new habit each week, never backtracking, never moving ahead, but constantly keeping pace. I've organized these webinars in this whole process into a system where we are tackling the biggest things first and then moving on to the little stuff. All right. So here's our nutrition habit checklist, or our webinar checklist. This is what it looks like. We're going to start with clean eating, and we're going to go all the way down to how you can eat out in a healthy manner. Don't move ahead on any of this stuff. Just stick with me. So first, habit number one, eat clean. When I say eat clean, what do you think? Hopefully you think of food that is, or you're going to eat food like it's killed or picked. This is a nice little graphic I found demonstrating the difference between the paleo diet and the not paleo diet. Paleo, or paleo for paleo diet, is a really, really popular buzzword going around the health and fitness industry right now. Right, I should say within the past probably 5 years. And pretty much it's all broken down to this. Eat it like it's killed or picked. How would a caveman eat it? Caveman didn't have big machines to process things like Cheerios or Coca-Cola or donuts, right? They just had their hands to pick it and a fire to cook it. And that's what I want you to think about. So if you notice on paleo diet, we have vegetables in their raw state, fruits, nuts, and wild meats in their raw state. The only thing that's kind of not in its raw state is olive oil, but just bear with me. Foods in their raw state is how we want to eat, with the exception of some things like olive oil is okay, right? Things not in its raw state, I want you to think bags, cans, or boxes. If any of this is found in a bag, can, or box, hell, let's throw bottle in there too. Bag, can, or bottle. Bag, box, bottle, can, however you want to think of it. If it's found in any of those things, if it's packaged, stay away from it. Yes, we see things on there like sweet fruits and juices. You can have fruit. Don't worry about it. This graphic isn't perfect. The biggest thing I want you to look at is that top tier. Cheerios. Cheerios are not heart healthy. And then we got dairy down in the bottom right, saying that's not favorable in the paleo diet. Maybe not in the paleo, but in the Drive diet, it's perfectly fine. However, if you're a wrestler and you need to cut weight, you need to cut dairy out of your diet, 100%. So why are we going to eat clean? Again, 80% of how we look and feel and perform. Should include that in there. When you think about preparing, I want you to think about carbs. Carbs are fuel. We don't just want carbs, though. Just to have a carb is not good enough. We want carbs with fiber, and that's where we get veggies and fruit. We want to wean off our dependency of sugar, and that's where we stay away from the bags, boxes, bottles, or cans. We need to repair. This is where protein comes in, and carbs do come in here too. BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. You always see this on packets of protein or protein powder, right? Truth is, this is found right in meat. You don't need protein powder or pills to get BCAAs. It's right in meat. Natural sources of creatine. I have the boys on creatine. Why? Because creatine is the only supplement found to absolutely yield favorable results or to help athletes. All the other stuff is pretty much crap. Natural source of omega-3, that's a healthy fat. That's kind of getting really in depth into diet. Don't really need to worry about that. But what I'm getting at is all these things that we can find in supplements, they're right in a good diet. We just need to maintain a healthy diet. And again, we're looking to build lean body mass, and we're going to do that by avoiding all this other crap that helps us create stored fat. So what are examples of good carbs? Quite simply, veggies and fruit. No, I'm not talking veggie straws. Look, eat it like it's killed or picked. Don't believe anything that a bag, box, can, or bottle says to you. Some of it might be the truth, but most of it is just an inconvenient truth, or it's a misleading lie. Okay? And then also when it comes to fruit, look, let's not get technical with it. Well, technically, this is a fruit because it's fruit juice. No. You didn't go and milk an orange tree today. All right? Eat an orange, not juice. Bad carbs. When I talk bad carbs, I'm talking sugar. We need to stay away from sugar. Our body can only have so much sugar within the bloodstream, kidney, and liver. As soon as our sugar levels exceed that, that's when we start producing stored fat. When we're walking around feeling good, we are at, most likely, at our highest sugar level for our body. So that means as soon as we take in something with a lot of sugar, like bread or grains, then we're turning into fat right away. So what are grains, or what are some things made of grains? Bread, noodles, wheat, anything made with flour. Yes, your whole wheat bread is sugar. Your flour tortilla, all of it, we need to stay away from it unless we're willing to put on fat. Fruit juice. There's no fiber here, so as soon as we take in fruit juice, even though it's a healthy sugar, it's fructose. Even though it's good stuff, our body isn't taking time to process it, so it again just gets turned into stored fat right away. Again, just eat fruit or blend it in its whole state. Let's talk about protein. Chicken, eggs, beef, lamb, pork, venison I forgot to put on there. These are all good sources of protein. Chicken, eggs, and fish are lean meats. Venison is a very lean meat as well. Beef, great source of creatine, and so is venison. I forgot to put on there. I don't have a comment for lamb because I don't like lamb. But if you like lamb, eat it. Pork, it's not favorable. The reason I say it's not favorable is because it's incredibly fatty. The other problem with it is pigs don't have sweat glands, so the filth that they live in and the antibiotics that they get shot up with is not able to be ejected from the body because there's no sweat glands unless they pee or poop it out. And like I just said, they live in their own filth, so they just ingest it right away again. It's a dirty animal, but if you like pork, eat it. I don't know, try to stay away from it, but if you can't, whatever, I'm not going to harass you about it. I love smoked ribs. I'm not giving up smoked ribs. So that's my take on pork. Bad proteins. I want you to think beans. Beans have two things, phytonutrients, protease inhibitors. I just want you to think nutrient blockers. That's basically what beans have. Even though beans can be broken down into having so many carbs, so many vitamins and minerals, so much protein, the truth is that the blockers contained within beans prevents our body from absorbing it in the first place. So even though we're ingesting it, we're not actually able to take advantage of the food. All right, so it's a waste. Pretty much all we're taking in when it comes to beans is carbs. And then soy. Soy is bad. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Good fats. That's right. I want you to eat fat. Eating fat is awesome. We need it to maintain hormone balance. It helps us feel full. Helps us feel satisfied. Helps us feel good. But there's such thing as good fat and a bad fat. A good fat are things like nuts and seeds. Again, that's a natural state. Peanuts are not a nut. Peanut is a bean. Weird, right? But a good substitute for peanuts are almonds, walnuts, cashews. Good substitute for peanut butter, almond butter. sunflower oil or sunflower seed butter. I forget what that's called. Yes, butter. Butter's good, but let's have grass-fed butter. It's not any more expensive, and it's right at Costco. It's really easy and convenient to get, and it tastes really good. Avocados are awesome. Boys, if you don't like avocados, you need to grow up, man. Avocados are like one of the best things on this planet. Guacamole, awesome. Olive oil. Olive oil is incredibly good for us. Cook with it a ton, but don't let it smoke. As soon as it turns to a smoke, it's turned to a bad fat. Coconut oil, put that on there. Moms, dads, boys, if you like baking, coconut oil is a really good way to bake. This is use coconut oil for high temperature things, right? So olive oil can only go to a certain temp before it starts to smoke. So if you need it to get to that temperature, use coconut oil. You can buy coconut oil with no taste, so you don't actually taste things with a coconut flavor afterwards. All right. So like I said, we want to stay away from boxes, bags, bottles, and cans, right? So here we are. The number one reason we want to stay away is because of the sugar contents. Check it out. Not use sugar in our body gets turned to stored fat. When I say not to use sugar, I mean use sugar that's not used immediately. The reason these boys in their workout shake, they're using so much sugar is because they're going to use it immediately. So that's okay for them to take in. But afterwards or before the workout, no, they should not be having their workout shake with all that sugar in it. Sugar causes mood swings. A study done on lab rats had them addicted to cocaine and sugar. When given the option to have cocaine over sugar, guess which one they picked? Sugar. That's how bad sugar is for the brain. It doesn't make us feel good. It causes severe mood swings. We become dependent on it. Fake sugar increases hunger. I want you to remember that for a second. So when we look at packages and things say fat-free, I want you to think, oh, that means there's lots of sugar in it. Why? Because if something doesn't have fat, it's going to taste awful. Second, if the package says sugar-free, translation means lots of fake sugar. There's no way we can have something with no fat or no sugar and expect a consumer to buy it and buy it a second time. Again, what does fake sugar do? It makes us feel hungry. It's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg, or it's a catch-22, right? I want to eat because I'm hungry, but I'm eating things that make me hungrier. That's what I want you to think about when it comes to fake sugar. So stay away from fake sugar. Stay away from packaged foods because they have a ton of sugar in it. Second danger in packaged foods is soy. Soy increases estrogen levels. This decreases testosterone levels, which decreases our ability to build muscle. Also increases stored fat. So not only are we not getting stronger, but now we're getting fatter, which totally nullifies the premise for drive, right? There's protease inhibitors in soy, or that's what soy contains, a ton of protease inhibitors. Again, prevents the body from absorbing protein. And the bad thing is soy is found in almost every single packaged food item. Even your gum has soy in it. Why? Soy can maintain a long shelf life, and it's an emulsifying agent, meaning it blends oil and water together very well. All right, this is trans fat. Trans fat immediately stores to fat. We have a negative hormone response from trans fat, meaning we're going to feel tired, and it's found in all fried food, to include potato chips and veggie straws. So what are we going to do? Here's a boy's mission. They were given a food journal. They need to log all of their food every single day, every single meal. They're allowed one cheat meal per day. What does that mean? That means they need to eat clean 100% of the time except for one meal out of the day. Not 2 meals with 2 little cheats. No. One cheat meal. They can go crazy on that cheat meal as long as they eat clean 100% of the other time. Condiments. Hey, if you need to use condiments, I'll allow it for now. You should allow yourself to use it for now. Just make sure you're eating clean. No salad dressing, though. Use balsamic vinaigrette. Balsamic and vinegar, vinegar and oil, whatever. This is what a typical day eating should look like for them. They've got their days worked out. This is all in the fueling tracker. I want them to hit a carb, a protein, and a fat for every single workout or for every single meal. Here's some good clean eating resources. And all you got to do is Google paleo recipes, or here's some good examples. Paleo OMG, Nom Nom Paleo, Paleo Leap. These are things we use for paleo recipes. Go at it, hit it hard, eat 100% clean.